December 2016 elections, and also congratulate you on your subsequent assumption of the highest office of the land. In electing you as president, the people of Ghana, unhappy with the circumstances, have endorsed your agenda for change. Your Excellency, many of your pronouncements and actions since your assumption of office are very reassuring. We would like to commend you and assure you of our support. Your Excellency, your promise to be president of all Ghanaians and to create opportunity for all is consistent with the requirements of our Constitution. We are happy about the boldness of your vision and the initiatives that you've taken so far. We are excited about your One District, One Factory program. We see in it a serious commitment to bring jobs to the people. Your commitment to the development of the inner cities and zongos is laudable. One cannot imagine what to become of the likes of Nima and Choco if we do nothing about them 40 years from now. Your commitment to paying special attention to the road sector, the railway sector, and the aviation sector is laudable. According to Lord Lugard, the former Northern Nigerian colonial governor, the material development of Africa may be summed up in one word: transport. This statement is largely true, even today. Your Excellency, we applaud your stand against corruption and your promise to fight it. You made a profound statement, and did so several times, cautioning all who want to be part of your government, but who desire to make money to stay away. Also commendable is your commitment to Asset Declaration by Chapter 4, Chapter 24 Office Holders. There cannot be a more refreshing expression of intent than this. Corrupt officials are often likened to termites. Termites are the woodwork. They eat at the very foundations of our development. Your Excellency, politicians can be businessmen, we believe, and businessmen can enter politics. But never should politicians be jealous of the people they lead and become stumbling blocks to their progress. Never should politicians behave like rivals of hardworking Ghanaians, stealing their ideas and frustrating their projects that will create jobs for the people. Gone to be the days when projects don't get done simply because of selfish interests of public officials. Your Excellency, the task at hand, we believe, cannot be accomplished by you alone or by a few. Also, the desired growth, development, and prosperity will not come from the exploitation of our natural resources alone. We have to tap the entrepreneurship and the ingenuity of our people. That is why we want to see the opportunity to call on all Ghanaians to lend their support. There is no room for apathetic spectating. Your Excellency, wherever black people are dominant, poverty reigns. We pray that you lead us selflessly so that your success, our success, will consider the redemption of the black man, and so that we can serve once again as an example to all our racial compatriots. On our part, Your Excellency, we are reorganizing to support you to resolve all outstanding chieftaincy conflicts, to help unite our people. And we are mobilizing on all fronts, all of our chiefs, so we can play a greater role in governance and in the development process. We have no choice, Your Excellency. If we have to survive we have to move with the times and become more relevant to the aspirations of the people we lead. While the National House of Chiefs and the various general houses have quality human capital that the country can benefit from, the Constitution bars chiefs from partisan politics. As an unpartisan body of very experienced senior citizens with equal representation from all the regions, the National House of Chiefs can play a role of an independent arbiter and catalyst in the governance and development process. At our meeting last week, Your Excellency, the National House of Chiefs adopted a strategic action plan aimed at making us more effective in the performance of our responsibilities to the people we serve. For the prosecution of the agenda, the House approved the formation of 6 committees: Research and International Affairs, Land, Natural Resources and Environment, Finance and Infrastructure, External Relations, Legal Affairs, and Governance and Development. In a nutshell, these committees are to help mobilize the chiefs of our country and also procure the necessary information and resources that will position us to play our role effectively. Your Excellency, we have to strive together to make it necessary for our people to want to risk their lives crossing deserts and rough seas in search of greener pastures. It's a privilege and an obligation we share as leaders. That is why I want to commend you for your demonstration of appreciation for the chieftaincy institution and your express commitment to working with us so that together we can bring prosperity to our people. We count on your support as we perform our work so that together we can begin to realize our shared obligation sooner than later. Your Excellency, I want to assure you that the chiefs of this country are already behind you. We have so much stake in what you are trying to do for the country because development is our primary concern. And as we all know, politicians come and go, but the chiefs remain and remain accountable to their people. So your success is indeed our success. And that is what we are here to commit ourselves to working with you to achieve. May God guide you on the journey. Thank you.
Togbe, President of the National House of Chiefs, and Nananum, members of the Standing Committee of the National House of Chiefs. First of all, let me tell you how much of a pleasure it is for me to welcome all of you to this, the seat of the presidency of our country. And to thank you especially for the very warm words of congratulation and commendation that has fallen from the lips of the national president. I've said, and I've been saying it for many, many years, that I believe that if we are to succeed in our undertaking, our common undertaking of bringing progress and prosperity to the people of our country, it requires that those of us, the political leaders of the center, and you, the traditional rulers of our country, find an effective way of collaborating to address the concerns of our people. I hold on to that commitment. I hold on to that belief today. And I'm hoping that very soon, in the life of the administration, a new partnership between you, the traditional rulers, and the central government is going to be unveiled for the public discourse of our country. I think it's important. Togbe, President, made the remark about the relevance of your institution in these changed times of today. And I believe it is that change in the circumstances of today that necessitates this redefinition of the partnership between those who hold authority at the central government and those of you who hold the traditional reins of authority in our country. And it is something that I want very much to do to contribute to enhancing the governance of our nation. First of all, that our business as political leaders is as much as possible to capture the spirit of the times and make policy for the furtherance of the interests of our people. Once we are in the public sector, it is the considerations of the public sector that should guide us. We should never put ourselves as competitors with people in the private sector. And I want to assure you, and through you, to all the chiefs of our country, that to the extent that I have any control over those with who are working with me, that is going to be the situation. There will be no situation whereby ministers or deputy ministers or members of the executive are going to see themselves as competitors with people in the private sector. Our business is to make the policy, to define the rules and regulations which will enable the private sector of our country to flourish and grow. We cannot be competitors with it. And I think it's extremely important that that is restated by me with the full force. The second is the development of entrepreneurship in our country. For me, it is the make or break issue for the future of our country. That if we can find young men and women, Ghanaians, who have that sense of innovation, that sense of creativity, that sense of entrepreneurship, then we know that given the right framework and appropriate policies, that our country will prosper and will make it. And I think that it is not for nothing that the founders of our state gave as our emblem the black star. We're meant to shine and be a beacon for the development of this continent. And we do so when we are able to create that critical mass of entrepreneurs that can propel the advancement of our country. So it is a matter of great significance for me, and I'm grateful to you that you have highlighted it as one of your main concerns. Because it is through that we'll be able to emulate others who have come from the same conditions of ourselves and yet are today enjoying the benefits of advanced standards of living. I speak about our brothers and sisters in Asia. I cannot accept that the Asians can do something that we Africans cannot do. We can do it. And the opportunity is there for all of us to band together to make that effort so that the eradication of poverty, if we can do it here in Ghana, it becomes a signal to all the black race, as you said, in the world, that indeed we are capable of Kwame Nkrumah's famous words of managing our own affairs. In the process of defining this new partnership, I think we will have a look there to see the role that you have given yourselves to be arbiters and mediators of important national issues in our country. I think it is something that will be a very great benefit to our country. People are talking even about the possibility of a second chamber where the traditional authorities will sit, look at legislation and bring to bear also their particular local as well as general information and knowledge. I think these are matters that are now part of the public discourse of the country, and all of us are going to have to look at it and decide for ourselves whether it's an efficient way to go forward, whether we can afford it, and whether it will have the impact that we see. But that there is a need for all of us to engage on a discussion as to how best this unique institution. We travel around our continent and we never come across this array of dignity, of beauty, of standing that we have here in Ghana. And I think it is important for us Ghanaians to continue to cherish this institution and find a way to make this institution a central feature in everything that we're trying to do. And I believe that the definition of this new partnership that is coming is going to respond to this. I'm happy about hearing about the adoption of a new strategy that you have for repositioning the institution and seeing how it can also become relevant. There are many things that we need your assistance of in protecting our environment, in providing that solid base for the education of our youth. There are several areas of national and social concern that your participation and involvement is absolutely critical. Our issue with the degradation and devastation of the environment. Unfortunately, there are occasions when, I say so with the greatest of respect, when there are chiefs who are complicit in the decisions that are taken about Galamsey operations and everything. I think it is important that all of us in Ghana recognize that if we don't make a stand against this willful degradation of our environment, sooner than later, we'll all realize and get up and find that we have devastated our country and its future. And that there is an obligation on all of us, looking at the future, to make sure that we bring this phenomenon under control. And I am going to seek your full cooperation. We have proposals that we intend to bring to the Parliament about how we can control this phenomenon and bring to bear our collective interest in safeguarding our environment. And I think that you have such a very important role to play in making a success of that. And I'm counting on you and on the expressions of goodwill that you have expressed to me and my administration to make it possible for that to happen. I'm grateful for the expression of solid support, but I also take on board the statement that we come and go, but you stay. I think it's a very salutary lesson for us. That all of us imbibe that lesson, that we are transient and you are the permanent features of our landscape. And I'm very, very, very happy today about me, and there are many here who are long-standing friends. I even have in-laws here amongst you. I'm very, very grateful for this visit, and I'm hoping that you will see this place as a home for you, with some place which is open, and that collectively, individually, any of you want to meet with me or see me, that you should feel free to come. I value the advice that I get from you, and all through my political career and campaigning, being the recipient of a lot of very solid and very progressive advice. I continue to thank you for it and also to expect it. Where I am now is a very lonely place. Say leadership, as you know as well as I do, that it's a very lonely exercise. And I think that when you have well-wishers and people of good spirit and intention helping you, it eases the burden of leadership. Our country is, I believe, poised for some very rapid development. We have a very ambitious program, and a program which we've laid out before the country. Steps are going to be taken very, very soon. My own address that is coming before the nation in the first budget of the country, to let the Ghanaian people know that the commitments that we made in order to get their mandate were not just hollow words that we were putting in the air, but that there was every intention to live by those commitments. And that those commitments, in our vision, are the way forward for the progress and prosperity of our country. I'm expecting that very soon, the difficulties in our economic circumstances are going to be a thing of the past. And that prosperous Ghana, that go-getting dynamic, we can do Ghana, which is what inspired the ancestors to fight for our freedom. We're going to see a return of that spirit in our country, in our time, and move our country forward. So I'm grateful to you for this visit, and I'm expecting several more in the 4 years that I've been given the keys to this place. That it'll be, and that together, this new dawn that has been opened and arisen in Ghana, we can make it blossom for us to live in that Ghana that has been the dreams of all of us. I'm very, very happy and grateful for your visit. And may God bless you and all your various peoples. Thank you.